Sydney, with its iconic skyline and vibrant culture, is a city that beckons adventurers from all corners of the globe. The moment I stepped off the plane, the warm breeze carried a hint of salt and excitement, a prelude to the experiences that awaited me. My journey began at Circular Quay, the bustling heart of the city, where the Sydney Opera House stood majestically against the backdrop of the harbour. I couldn't resist the urge to snap 100 photos, each angle revealing a new facet of its architectural wonder. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, I decided to embark on a ferry ride across the harbour. The gentle sway of the boat and the sound of the water lapping against the hull created a soothing rhythm as we glided past the Sydney Harbour Bridge, a marvel of engineering that seemed to stretch endlessly into the sky. The panoramic views were breathtaking, with the city skyline reflecting on the water's surface, a perfect mirror of urban life. I felt a sense of freedom as the wind tousled my hair, and I knew this was just the beginning of my Sydney adventure. The next morning, I woke with a sense of purpose. My first destination was the Royal Botanic Garden, a lush oasis nestled right next to the city. As I wandered through the winding paths, I was surrounded by vibrant flora and the sweet scent of blooming flowers. I found a quiet spot on a bench overlooking the harbour, where I indulged in a classic Australian breakfast: avocado toast topped with feta and a sprinkle of chili flakes, accompanied by a flat white that was as rich as the scenery around me. The combination of flavors was a revelation, and I savored every bite, feeling invigorated and ready for the day ahead. After breakfast, I made my way to Bondi Beach, a quintessential Sydney experience. The sun was shining brightly, and the sound of waves crashing against the shore was music to my ears. I joined the throngs of sunbathers and surfers, soaking in the vibrant atmosphere. I took a leisurely stroll along the coastal walk to Coogee, a scenic path that hugged the cliffs and offered breathtaking views of the ocean. Along the way, I stopped to dip my toes in the cool water and watch surfers ride the waves with effortless grace. The beauty of the coastline was mesmerizing, and I felt grateful to be part of such an incredible landscape. As the day turned to evening, I found myself in the historic Rocks district, where cobblestone streets whispered tales of Sydney's past. I wandered through the weekend markets, where local artisans showcased their crafts, from handmade jewelry to unique artworks. The air was filled with the tantalizing aroma of street food, and I couldn't resist trying a meat pie, a beloved Australian classic. The flaky crust gave way to a savory filling that was both comforting and satisfying. I paired it with a refreshing ginger beer, and as I enjoyed my meal, I listened to live music that filled the air with a joyful spirit. My final day in Sydney was dedicated to exploring the city's diverse neighborhoods. I ventured into Newtown, known for its eclectic vibe and street art. The walls were adorned with vibrant murals that told stories of creativity and rebellion. I stopped at a local cafe, where I indulged in a delectable slice of lamington, a sponge cake coated in chocolate and rolled in coconut. The sweetness was the perfect pick-me-up as I ventured through vintage shops and quirky boutiques. As I prepared to leave Sydney, I reflected on the experiences that had woven themselves into my memory. From the breathtaking views of the harbour to the flavors of its culinary delights, each moment was a thread in the tapestry of my journey. Sydney had welcomed me with open arms, and I knew that the stories I collected would linger long after I returned home.